Good day, you absolute legends. Welcome to another edition of Cynical Thoughts, the completely unscripted program where I talk everything about No Man's Sky or Hello Games in general. Now, today's topic I want to speak about is that 2025, will it be the last full year that we'll have with No Man's Sky and a full development team behind it? And then what's going to happen after that point? Well, in today's video, that's what I want to discuss and just what I've been feeling and thinking about the last couple of days as we're edging ever closer now to 2025, the end of the 2024 period. But before we do get into all that today, ladies and gentlemen, as always, can I please just ask you just to leave a like on this video? It really helps me out a lot, and also just to double check for me that you are indeed still subscribed to the channel. If you need to resubscribe, please do resubscribe, or if you have been watching me for a while and you like what I do, then why not consider hitting that subscribe button? You definitely will not regret it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to talk about today, so let's get right on into today's video. So, like I said, I've been thinking about this topic now for quite a while, and 2024 for No Man's Sky, I mean, let's just look at what's already happened this year for a little bit of context. I mean, at the end of the day, right in, like, even before 2024 and 2023, when Mr. Murray announced at the Game Awards, obviously Light No Fire, he also said at that Game Awards in 2023 that 2024 was going to be the biggest year that No Man's Sky has ever had. Period. That it's going to be a massive year for No Man's Sky. Well, it's now the end of 2024, and I can confirm, as well as I'm pretty sure the rest of the community can all agree with me on this one, that No Man's Sky this year has been updated and upgraded in every possible conceivable way. It is amazing the amount of updates that we've had this year, and also the quality of the updates have been quite substantial. Worlds Part 1 being the best out of all the bunch, in my personal opinion, this year. I mean, the game has changed in such a fundamental way, changing it forever and really paving the path of what is possible in video games, especially one that has already technically been out now, what, 8 years? But it's been in development for 11, 12, 13 years all in, which is absolutely incredible. So obviously this year we've eaten very good, and now the pressing question is, next year, will next year be the final kind of development year where the entire team is going to be fully supporting No Man's Sky? In my personal opinion, probably yes to that question. I mean, I see next year being absolutely grandiose as well for updates, even with the touted release of Light No Fire being thrown in the mix with that. I do definitely believe that the team will be supporting No Man's Sky through 2025 in full developmental prowess. Because, I mean, you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, if we look at what we already know about Worlds Part 2, it was touted even by Hello Games themselves within their own update of Worlds Part 1 that Worlds Part 2 was coming later in 2024, but obviously, as we know, and we've gone over already, that was changed after an update when Worlds Part 1 came out. They said that Worlds Part 2 would then be out soon, so everyone thought it was going to be obviously towards the end of the year, but that hadn't happened. So obviously whatever Worlds Part 2 is going to represent is going to be something special, especially if the team are cooking on it a little bit. But it just goes to show, in my mind, and more proof to my claim here, that 2025 will probably be the developmental year for No Man's Sky. Hello Games has a vision for No Man's Sky, of course they do. And I'm pretty sure that they want to try and finish the game off in its full entirety before the entire focus then becomes from No Man's Sky to then go on to Light No Fire. So again, I think that 2025 is going to be the year that this is going to happen. So I do believe that 2025 is going to be a year where we definitely eat good as a community. Now, in obviously next year, we've got Worlds Part 2. That's pretty much already a dead cert. When that will come out, it's anyone's guess. But I also think that any loose ends that Hello Games wants to finish, any kind of vision that they have for the game to really kind of like push it. I mean, we still have, all of the ARG lore to still be added into the game. We still have the Space Station core that's still not been unlocked yet. So I do believe in 2025 we will get the final answer to what that is. Obviously, we also have ship racing to still come into the game from what has been leaked in the game files. So we do have a lot of things already that we can just pick off a list of what is still to happen in No Man's Sky that we kind of know. But obviously, the thing is with leaks is until it's in the game, it's not in the game. So whilst we have even things in the game files, it's still not 100% certain that it's going to actually make it into the full cut of the game. But it kind of gives us an indication to what the team is thinking and the ideas that are obviously being spun about. But, 2025, in my mind, it's going to be a fantastic year nonetheless. But let's look past 2025. Let's look at 2026. As we know, Light No Fire will be out by then. So at the end of the day, the team then will be, working on that game more so, in my personal opinion, on Light No Fire than No Man's Sky, because obviously that'll be the new golden child, the new IP, and No Man's Sky will start to be winding down just a little bit. We will still get updates, but I don't think they'll be as big of a scale as what we've already seen in 2024 and no doubt in 2025. And also, I don't think we'll get them as frequently, but we will still get something. I still don't think they'll just abandon No Man's Sky. And it seems like every year we have this issue where, there's always in the community, that year is going to be the last year. They said it in 2023, 2022, 2021, 2024 that, it's going to be the last year of development of No Man's Sky, and then the team are going to go on to bigger, better things. But obviously, as we know, that's never happened, and it's not even slowed down. But obviously, the only thing that changes is the fact that Light No Fire is obviously coming out. And with that, there then is an actual genuine reason for the team to work on a different game other than No Man's Sky once it's out, obviously for patch updates, for adding new items in the game and so on as the game then starts to progress once it's been made public. So yes, there will be a slowdown. I don't think it's going to be an immediate stop. I still think we've got a good 3-4 years of No Man's Sky updates, but they'll just be a little bit more sporadic when they do update the game. I don't think it's going to be like 3, 4, 5 updates in a year. We might get 2, maybe 3 at the beginning, and then it'll even slow down past that point. But I still think no matter what, they're going to be supporting the game for many, many, many more years to come in things like expeditions, little patch updates here and there. I mean, other games that are even older than No Man's Sky still receive updates. I mean, Gary's Mod being one of them. I mean, who remembers Gary's Mod from back in the day? I still play that game. And every now and again, it's not always, but the game does receive updates and patches and things like that, even after all of this time. Minecraft being another game. And so, I mean, there are plenty of games out there that are in, 20 plus years of development, and they are still getting updates to this day. So again, don't rule out the updates for No Man's Sky. It will just be heavily reduced as more and more time goes on. And I'm not just talking months or weeks, I'm talking years. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, that's okay. That's okay to happen at this point. The game is getting on a little bit, and newer things are coming out and available, which then really leads me to look forward to the release of Light No Fire, because I know it's by a game studio that puts a lot of thought, a lot of love, and a lot of attention in the games. And I know that Light No Fire isn't going to be a one-trick pony where they'll put it out, maybe do a few patch updates like we've seen in other games, and then all of a sudden all support is dropped and you never hear from the developer again. We know that that is not going to happen with Light No Fire. It's going to be developed from a very distinguished game studio that has already got now a proven track record, and the game is going to be supported for another 10 years on this new on this new game and this new development. So I cannot wait for that. I am super excited for Light No Fire because I know what the game by itself represents. It's not just about the game, it's about the support from the game studio with the proven track record. That's what it all represents. It's a massive, massive picture. So I'm really excited for that. I cannot wait to see what the team come up with in 2025 as well for No Man's Sky. I cannot wait to see what comes out for Light No Fire. I can't wait to see the development and the way that they take that game. I am super pumped. 2025 is going to be a fantastic year overall. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, let me know in the comment section what you think about this. Are you on the train that the impending apocalypse is going to happen and No Man's Sky is going to be completely stopped and halted by 2025 and we won't hear from Hello Games development team ever again, and that's that, and all hands will be over to Light No Fire? Or do you agree with my assessment that the team are going to be supporting No Man's Sky for a very long time to come? Yeah, it even might be slightly reduced support compared to what we are used to right now, but they will still be supporting No Man's Sky nonetheless. So do you agree with my assessment, or do you agree with the other side of that fence? Let me know in the comment section down below. You know what to do. But before I do let you go today, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I just want to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members. And if you're the viewer watching this here today and you like what I do and you want to help support the channel any more than you can do by clicking on the Patreon linked in the video description down below. It starts off at a completely free tier and then goes up to subsequential tiers. From there, you'll get access to unlisted videos that I don't currently have on the channel. Or alternatively, you can click on the join button, which is somewhere below this video, and that'll take you over to my YouTube membership page. And the price of that starts off at literally the price of a cup of, in fact, less than a price of a cup of coffee. And that really helps me out as a channel, and you'll get access to unlisted videos that I have on the YouTube channel. As always, ladies and gentlemen, don't feel obliged to go down that route. Just leaving a like on this video, subscribing and or commenting is more than enough. But if you do go down that route today, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say a massive thank you in advance from myself. Anyway, that's everything from me here today, and as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.